Most money advice shouts more, more, and more. But what if there's a finish line? A number where life really feels good. Today, we'll find your enough number. It's simple math, plain words, and works even if you're 10. By the end, you'll know your number, your backup plan, and two rules that protect you, always wanting more. Here's what you'll get your monthly enough and your yearly enough. There's three levels: base, comfortable, and dream. Two guardrails that stop lifestyle creep, a simple payday system you can set up in minutes. Here's what enough means. Think of your money like three jars. Needs jar, things you must pay: home, food, lights, and bus. For your future jar, savings and investments, money for tomorrow. And then your joy jar, small treats that make life nice. Your enough number is how much fills up all three jars so life feels calm. Not fancy, not sad, just good. So this is how we'll calculate. We'll do 5 easy steps. List your essentials, add a buffer for surprises, add your future like savings and investing, add a small safety and joy, and last but not least, convert to before tax for your paycheck. Here are some examples of essentials. Open a note or a sheet to write down the monthly essentials you truly must pay, like housing, power, and water, or transport or gas, food at home, medical insurance, internet and phone, minimum debt payments, and childcare or school basics. Here's a tiny rule. If life is okay without it, it's not an essential. Let's make two pretend people. Alex, his housing is 1,200 a month, utilities 180, transport 250, food 500, insurance and medical 200, phone and internet 80, debt minimum 150. The total essentials is 2,560 a month. And let's say a couple and one kid, Sam and Jay. Housing 1,600, utilities 220, transport 350, food 750, insurance and medical 300, phone and internet 120, childcare 400, and minimum debt 200. That makes the total essentials of their monthly budget 3,940. All right, so let me explain what the buffer is. Surprises happen. The buffer is like bumpers in bowling, so you don't fall in the gutter. Start off with 20% of essentials. Let's use Alex for example. His essentials come up to 2,560. If we add 20% of that onto his total, it is 3,072. So that will be his total with the 20% buffer. If money is tight, use 10% for now. If life is bumpy, try 25%. Let's do one more example of Sam and Jay. Their total essentials come up to 3,940. Add 20% of that, 788, comes up to a total of 4,728 for all their essentials. And now for future. Pay yourself first. Your future needs money too. Start off with another 20% of your essentials for savings and investing. So, for example, Alex would be the total 3,072, add another 20%, which is 512, to make a new total of 3,584. And let's use Sam and Jay as well. Another 20% added onto the 4,728 would make a new total of 5,516. And now for where this all goes to. First, to an emergency fund, which is 3 to 6 months of essentials. Then, into simple, long term investing like broad index funds. If you have high interest debt, split the future money, some to debt, some to savings, so you still build safety. And now for safety and joy, small but real. Add a small line for safety, like extra insurance or medical top ups. Add a small line for joy, a weekly coffee with a friend, a hobby class, or a park pass. Keep it modest so joy stays joyful. Let's add $150 to each example. So Alex, 3,584 plus 150 would make a new subtotal of 3,734. And now for Sam and Jay. 5,516 plus 150 would make the new total 5,666. Now, for after and before tax. Most people are paid before taxes. Our number is after taxes. To find the before tax number, divide by the tax rate. If your effective tax is about 20%, let's use the examples of Alex and Sam and Joy again. Let's go with Alex first. 3,734 divide by 0.8, which is 4,667 a month, which makes $56,004 a year. Now, for Sam and Jay, it would be $5,666 divided by 0.8 is 7,083 a month, which makes $84,996 a year. There's three tiers: base, comfortable, and dream. The base enough would be essentials plus a 10% buffer and a 10% future. Comfortable enough would be essentials plus a 20% buffer, a 20% future, and the safety and joy. Dream enough would be a few value luxuries you truly care about, like one trip a year or a safer area. Let's build Alex's tiers. His base would be his 2,560 essentials, plus 256 and another 256, which would be 3,072 after tax. And Alex's comfortable tier, we already made it, 3,734 after tax. And Alex's dream tier, let's add two values like $150 for a nicer gym and maybe $200 for a trip fund. So that would be 4,084 after tax. Now, for Sam and Jay's tiers, their base tier would be 3,940 plus 394 plus 394 equals 4,728 after tax. Their comfortable tier would be 5,666 after tax. And for their dream tier, maybe add 300 for a better school fund, 200 for a family trip fund, which would be 6,166 after tax total. And now for the two guardrails to stop lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is when spending rises every time income rises. Make sure your monthly fixed bills are less or equal to half your take-home pay. For example, if you take home 4,000, you shouldn't spend more than 2,000 on fixed things like car, rent, etc. If you get a raise, don't start spending more money right away. Keep your bills the same for 90 days. Use that extra money to invest or save first. Now, for Guardrail 2, the 72-hour rule. If you want to buy something big, like 1% or more of your monthly pay, or start a new subscription, wait 3 days before buying. And during those 3 days, ask yourself, does this help me reach my enough number? Will I use it at least once a week for 6 months? What will I have to give up to afford this? This helps you pause and make smarter money choices. Now, automate your payday flow. Make the right choice happen automatically. Use 3 buckets or 3 bank accounts. Invest and save first. Bills account for fixed costs only. Then third, spending card for everything else. And your payday plan. Money lands, a set percent goes to invest and save. A set amount goes to bills, and the rest goes in your spending card. When the card runs low, you slow down. No guilt, just a signal. And now, your weekly money review, which will only take you about 20 minutes. Check, are you at or under enough? Did your future percent go through? Any irregular bills incoming? Now, you may be asking, what if my income changes a lot each month? Use the average of the last 3 months as your take-home pay. Pay yourself on a 1-month delay so you always spend last month's money. Another question could be, what if I have high interest debt? Split your future jar. Some to emergency fund, some to extra debt. When debt drops, slide that money into investing. You may also ask, what if my essentials are already too high? Pick one lever: housing, car, food, or subscriptions. Set a 90-day goal to lower one of them by 10 to 20%. Small wins compound. Now let's recap. Your enough number gives you peace and a finish line. We've listed essentials, added buffer, paid future first, added safety and joy, converted to before tax, plus we set tiers, installed guardrails, and built a payday flow. I'm CJ. This is Enough Theory, wealth with a finish line.